Hey everyone, welcome back. Okay, that was fun yesterday, right? For some reason, I just felt like disco music was appropriate for a pair of droids. I don't know why that is. I don't know if I'll regret it later, but for now, it seems like the thing to do. Thanks for joining me today. I know that it's early on a Sunday, so probably not a lot of people are going to join us, but you can always watch it in the rerun. Just to recap, yesterday I had a great stream with my friend Paul Hernandez as my special guest / internet date. Internet first date, which is a thing that I'm going to kind of continue on a sort of irregular basis. So, I'm not sure exactly when the next one will be. I do have a few people that I've talked to who have agreed to appear on the show, and all we've got to do now is just kind of like set up a time. I think the next one will probably be my friend Jean-Paul Mavinga, who is an amazing artist, probably the best artist that I know personally, which is saying a lot because I know a lot of really, really good artists. There might even be one or two of them in the chats right now. That being said, really looking forward to talking to him. We haven't had a face-to-face conversation in well over a year. I don't know that we've reconnected since I left California. So it could very well be as long as like 5 years since I last talked to JP. So we've got a lot of catching up to do. I know that he's a dad now, and that kid's probably about 5 years old. Wow, I can't imagine having a kindergartner. I can't imagine having a kid. Anyway. Coffee's already cold. That's a drag. I had a really unfortunate experience this morning. My friend and neighbor Jay gave me a bottle of hot sauce that he bought for him and his kid, and they both agreed that it was too hot for them. I was just like, amateurs. Brought it home. This morning I poured it all over my breakfast, just as if I was pouring just like, I don't know, a peri-peri sauce, which isn't all that spicy. And regretted it almost immediately. After doing my research, which I should have done first, it turns out that hot sauce is between 200,000 and 1 million Scoville units. Apparently they haven't done a full-on test. By my experience, I would say it's probably somewhere between 400 and 5,000. So I'm still suffering a little bit from that because I just ate breakfast a few minutes ago. Anyway, the reason for today's live stream is that I learned a few things. Yesterday's live stream was a really solid learning experience, and I feel like I'm going to make some changes to the format next time. If I'm going to actually try to incorporate a live posing session into a video where I have a special guest, I think trying to do both at the same time is just a little much. Too many distractions, too many things going on, and I just can't really focus on as much as I need to on the actual posing. So going forward, expect that when there is a special guest, that special guest will show up at the top of the hour, and I'll just rush in the first hour to actually get the posing done before the special guest comes on board. And if it runs a little bit long and the guest has to interrupt the posing, we'll just like wrap it up at the end maybe. I don't know. This is all an experiment. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Let's see who's with us today. I'm just going to go ahead and say hi to everybody in the chats really quick. We've got Lane Kramer, who showed up first. Yeah, part 2. A couple times now we've had to do this, right? Because I had to redirect my pose with Darth Maul last week. That was fun. I'm still not satisfied with it. Still not happy with how he looks with the cloak, with the hood over his head. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments to that. It's really too bad, but I think that's just to be expected. It's the nature of the beast. There's really nothing to be done about it. Short of rewriting the rules of physics, which ain't gonna happen. So that's just the way that it's gonna be. Some guys also here are very excited about that. I already answered this question, Lane, but I'll do it again so that people can see it who are just watching or who are listening. And you're asking, so apparently you're unboxing WB100 Batman, doing a live stream since it's basically DX19. Any suggestions for poses to try? And I responded incorrectly. I did not do a first look on that. I did a first look on the reissue of the Zack Snyder's Batman, I think, the tactical suit Batman. So I was incorrect when I responded in the chats to that. I really don't know. I do have a DX19 here that I've been meaning to do a show with, and incorporating it with the Bat Pod. but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Look forward to that probably sometime in the next month. Depends on how many figures that I get in, which my financial circumstances just took a tragic, drastic hit. So that might affect how many figures I'm able to get, how many new figures I'm able to get. We'll see. We'll see. I might just have to make some adjustments in other ways. Anyway, moving right along. Linda is not going to be able to stick around. That's too bad. How's it going, Linda? Good to see you. But glad you at least popped in and said hello. Keith Lee is here. I'm loving some Sunday Toytoons. Is it Sunday Toytoons? I don't know. I just feel like this is a supplement to Saturday Morning Toytoons. Were there Sunday morning cartoons? I think it was just like Sunday morning wrestling, right? Sunday movies. We're talking about like the 80s here and stuff. You're asking if I'm planning on streaming anymore. That was fun with Paul? Yes. I think I answered that question earlier, so yeah. Never forget the replay. Steve Nahra is here. Are you working today? Hope not. Hope not. Luis, you got here early. Early riser on a Sunday, huh? Gotta get to church. Take me to church. I want to do a mix of this song with Take Me to Church. That'd be fun, right? Wow, Beskar Kid is here. What's up, man? Not at the gym today, huh? Is that later? How often do you work those thighs of yours? I need to work mine, dude. I was noticing, I finally got in front of a full-length mirror the other day, and I'm like, whoa, I look like a guy who's been skipping leg day all his life. Yeah, it's amazing what being off of a bicycle for 5 years will do to you. Oh, Lord Rifa. Always test hot sauce before soaking your food in it. You know, I knew that I was running a risk. I just thought it would be fun. And telling the story is fun. It was not fun at the time. I didn't break out in a full-on sweat, but I did. I had a nice glow about me. I looked like I'd had a good morning. Yeah. Windman is here. What's up, dude? Welcome. Dark Wolf is here. Hey, dude. Yeah, I caught your comment earlier asking about Piper and how she was doing on the stream yesterday in a rewatch. Paul encouraged me to rewatch parts of the show, and I caught your comment in there. Amazing how quickly that they got the live chat replay up yesterday. It usually takes at least 24 hours, but it was a couple hours later. Maybe it's, you know what? I think it's because Paul was in the stream. Because Unsealed and Revealed's live chat replay always popped up the same day. Must be him. Must be him. Am I excited about the newly released Hot Toys Grand Admiral Thrawn? To say the least, my friend, yes, I'm very excited about the Hot Toys Grand Admiral Thrawn. It was actually super producer Sam who revealed it to me. He was, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning to let Piper out. And, there was a text from super producer Sam like, I am all in on this. He's really getting into 6-scale more and more. Let's go ahead and bring Piper up. Hey, Piper. Want to come join us? Oh my God, you're so spry. You've got great reflexes. You got great reflexes. Hello, little one. Here she is. She's doing remarkably well. I called the vet on Friday and was just like, hey, I think we might want to consider bringing Piper in. And he was asking me a few questions, and he just said, well, as long as she's interested in food, as long as she's enjoying these pets that you're giving her, as long as she's walking around the house, checking things out, then she's probably good to continue. She is struggling to breathe, still. Her reps got up to 60 reps a minute the other day. Now, that's not good. Oh, you were just a limp noodle, man. Yeah, you're good. Hey, okay? Yeah. She's a good girl. She's a good girl, and she's super strong and super tough. I'm really impressed with her. Yes, I am. I'm very impressed with you. Let's clear this out so everybody can actually see Piper and not just a comment. But here she is. She actually likes being held this way. She's super comfortable with it. And she likes being held over the shoulder. She's a rough and tumble kind of gal. 2 for flinching. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and with that out of the way, I have a DX19 on the Bat Pod actually right now. That's good. That's actually where it belongs. I think my goal, my long-term goal, is actually to have the Catwoman on the Bat Pod. Yeah, almost seems inappropriate, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I live alone. No women ever come over here. No one to be offended. Good for you. Good for you. Already slept in and now I'm just relaxing before I wash the car. I will soon have a car to wash. 2016 Audi A4 with very low miles. Got a great deal on it. It's the Premium Plus package, so it has all the trimmings. Really stoked. Black. There's actually a name to the black. Like, it's actually a pretty sexy name, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But it's a great car. I test drove it, obviously, and super quick. Got a lot of power. Handles extremely well. Not as... It doesn't have all the... I think that between 2016 and 2017, they actually upped the handling a little bit on the Quattros. And you can tell when you're driving a 2017 as opposed to a 2016, there's a remarkable difference. But this one is really, really good. I enjoyed driving it, and I can't wait to get it here. That should be here Tuesday or Wednesday, once I've finally scraped together all the cash for the down payment. But the loan's approved, and I'm good to go. So, I'll be on wheels. For me, it was mostly religious programming on Sunday morning, but I much needed some morning cartoons. First time catching a live stream? Really? Wow, Darren, welcome. Yeah, we've been friends for how long? Quite a while, right? Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm missing something. Oh yeah, we're talking about, absolutely perfection. I know that there have been some comments that his belly is not present, but here's my take on that. A lot of fans weren't happy about Lars Mikkelsen's belly. Well, what are you gonna do? Thrawn's 20 years old. What is it? Yeah, 20 years? 10 years? 20 years? How long's it been since Rebels at this point? And he's gonna, people get age. People get age. I get age. And men start to carry their weight around their bellies. I mean, that's just the way that it is. He's probably not been super active. Although, what else has he had to do but hit the gym for the past however many years? So I'm not surprised that old man Thrawn has a bit of a pot. I think that it's fine. However, a lot of people didn't. They want their Thrawn to be svelte. And the cool thing about Hot Toys making a svelter Thrawn is that we can feel free to add a little bit of padding if we feel the need. So, it's your figure. Do what you want with it. Terry, being spectacular during Spooktacular. I like that. Oh, I never thought about that. I wonder if I'm dragging traffic away from Spook. Probably not. Probably not. Thank you, Guy. I will render all those hugs and all the loves and all that other good stuff from everybody to Piper. Good morning, Commander Green. Anything new on the Instagram channel? I'll have to check it out. It's been a while. I don't know why I don't gravitate to Instagram any more than I do. Probably because I'm not really creating much content for Instagram. But, Big Dog Pounds is in the house. The notorious BDP. What's up, dude? Good to see you. There we go. That's your answer. Also, 3 times a week, kicking the bag, yoga, riding the bike and stuff. Where you are there a lot of hills? Do you get a lot of vertical when you're riding a bike? I miss that about California. It's part of the reason why I stopped riding, is because a big part of the fun for me was just the torturous grind up a mountain, followed by the thrilling descent. The thrilling, hair-raising, white-knuckle descents of those switchbacks in the Santa Monica Mountains really upped the game for cycling for me. And once I left, I was like, it's so flat. It's so flat. I don't like flat. Anyway. Yeah, but, that's not a woman, that's Allie. Who is all woman, by the way. I don't want to offend Allie. Thanks, BDP. I'm so stoked. Oh yeah, this is a good idea. I just might. You might hear from me later today. I haven't. I got a quote for insurance from Progressive, which I've had my insurance from in the past, and it's fine. It's a solid quote. It's about what I expected to pay. I'm in some financial trouble here, man. It's gonna suck. I wish I'd gotten this news before I bought the car, but what are you gonna do? I guess I could back out, but then I lose my $1,000 that I put down on the car, so I'm not gonna do that. Obsidian Order Black. I like that. I like that. Lane Kramer. Yeah, I had Catwoman from Hot Toys 2.0 on pre-order at my local comic shop since January 20. Is it still not out? I don't think it's out, right? Well, Queen Studio for their Catwoman on Batpod statue promo pics did focus on her butt in some of them. Yeah, it's... Well, they focused on her butt quite a bit in that shot in the final movie, didn't they? So... Yes, that's right. Dad Bod Thrawn. Hashtag Dad Bod Thrawn. That's yeah. Bring it. I'm all fine with that. I might just pad my own. It sounded way different in my head. Yeah, that's cool, man. We'll talk. Christina Payne, Brina the Pain on a Sunday morning. What's up, girl? Flo and Jamie. What's this? Okay. Flo and Jamie, Progressive will take care of you, Terry Smith. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they usually do. It's fine. Although I don't know how happy they're going to be with me after this whole thing. It turns out that the girl who hit me, the insurance policy for the car that hit me is on, I think, Travelers. But the girl who was driving, her insurance is on Progressive. So Progressive's just trying to... They were trying to screw me over. They knew what they were doing. And so it's a good thing that I got a lawyer and he's handling everything. God, I really am kind of slurring today. My concussion symptoms have had a setback or two. There's a lot of weird things going on there. I've got this weird, like, staccato, like, almost machine gun hammering going on in this ear. It's very frustrating. My physical therapist was asking me to do some mandibular exercises for it to see if it changed anything. It did not, so it's still a mystery as to what's causing that, but it did start legitimately right after the accident. So, like, minutes after the accident. So it's definitely a thing to be concerned about. I need a figure to come sooner than later. It's been a little bit. You know, I did my calculations, and I have a folder. I have, like, all my stuff organized in a folder in Safari of, you know, figures that I have on pre-order. And there's a subfolder within that folder that's basically labeled essential figures or something like that. Mandatory figures, I think is what it is. And I updated it this morning before I got out of bed, and I've got 20 figures on pre-order over the course of the next year and a half, I guess, before stray hair. Yeah, over the next year and a half, I've got 20 Hot Toys figures on pre-order. So, given everything that I just said, I might have to reevaluate some of that. I don't know. We'll see. Your dad knows Flo from Progressive? That's cool. See if he can hook me up. Give me that hookup, Dark Wolf. Gina B. Collecting is in the house. Always a delight to have you on board, Gina. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. How's everything up there? They have not checked my eardrum, actually, and that's really concerning for me because I've mentioned it to 2 separate doctors, and no one has seen fit to actually check my eardrum or do anything of that nature. Now, remember, I did get hit from this direction, so I know quite a few cyclists, for instance, who've had high energy crashes and had to have the cochlear nerve, I think is what it's called, severed. Yeah. So I do have a concern about that. I don't want to. I need my ears, man. Audio is the thing that I do, and it's gonna be a major problem if it doesn't get fixed. All right, so. But I didn't come here to talk about my health. I came here to talk about toys, and the thing is that yesterday when I was, as I said earlier, and some of you may have just joined us, but. While I was trying to pose up these 2 figures, the Geonosis Battle Droid and the C-3PO 6-scale figure, both from Attack of the Clones, the 20th anniversary versions from Attack of the Clones, the conversation with Paul, combined with the complexities of these figures, the unique nature of these figures, actually made it so that I was totally unable to hit a good pose. And oops. Yeah, there we go. And that frustrated me extremely, to the extreme. So if any of you who actually were asking me to show off the poses that I hit with these figures yesterday, there's a reason that I did not do that, and that reason is that I failed. I absolutely failed, like in the most dramatic fashion that I've ever failed when it comes to hitting a pose, especially on a live stream or in a video before in my life. In my career? Would you call it a career? I guess so, since I earn money at it, doing it. So, But I've got them here now, and what I'm doing right now is actually putting the lights in, the batteries in 3PO, in the 3PO head for the Geonosis droid. Did I take your comment down? I'm so sorry. I noticed that when I was trying to deselect that comment that was up on screen, that I accidentally hit the 3-dot drop-down menu, and I may have accidentally taken your comment down, Steve. Sorry about that. Feel free to repost it, and I will not take it down. Completely by accident, that was. Don't you have your next doctor appointment? Yeah, it's not really a doctor appointment. I do. I have one coming up on... I can't remember what the day is. I've got a doctor appointment on Tuesday for a completely unrelated matter. And I have, yeah, I have a doctor appointment on Tuesday for a completely unrelated thing. I've had this appointment for months, but, so I need to, go to that one. But then I think sometime the following week, I do have a follow-up appointment, but that's with the guy who's looking at my knee, so he's not going to want to take too many looks at my, yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to schedule an appointment for it, and everything's being handled by my lawyer. So I'm not entirely sure how that works. I think I probably have to go through them, and they'll reach out to the company that's handling all my after crash care. It's weird. I wanted you to take it off screen so we could see you. Oh, that. Okay, cool. There we go. Anyway, so actually, kind of by accident, while talking to you all here, I've kind of got a halfway decent pose going here with C-3PO's head on the Geonosis battle droid body. And the mechanism for putting this head onto the 3PO body is actually really complex. Let's go ahead and get the Apple box up here so that I can show you guys this a little bit better. And let's move my coffee so that it doesn't spill all over. It's going to be hanging out over there with little Tiva, which I haven't really revealed yet, so I think I just spoiled a fun. I spoiled a fun thing. All right, let's go wide. Nope, that's not wide. That's the opposite of wide. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Excuse me a sec. There we go. All right. Hi. I'm further away from you now. Which is good, because I probably got some shit stuck in my teeth. I had a pretty hearty breakfast this morning, and there was spinach. Anybody else have that problem? Spinach in your teeth? Alright, so let's just look at this thing first. Do I need to go higher? Usually this is a good level for this, but apparently it's not going to work today, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this back down. Make some switches. Got to roll. Got to pivot. There we go. Come on back up, 3PO. That reminds me, there was you know how you do that, you know how people do that thing where they actually forget, they actually mishear lyrics, song lyrics? I used to do that with Star Wars. And one of the things that I remember was when they were stuck in the trash compactor in A New Hope, and Luke was screaming over and over again into the comlink, 3PO, 3PO. To me, it sounded like he was saying Ravio. And I have no clue what the hell Ravio would have been. But yeah, that's funny, right? This is the problem, Beskar. This is the problem. And I'm going to try to work my way around it today, but no promises. If you have any tips to throw my way, I'll take them. I'll take them. I'm not too proud to take tips from outside when I'm struggling with that. All right, cool. Drop that down. Is there? Can you like click directly on the? Still getting used to StreamYard, folks. Let me see. No, you actually have to click on the comment to hide it. All right, so this is kind of where I'm at. That's a start. It's a solid start. It's a rough pose. What I don't like about it is the way that his arms are flat to the side like that. So we're gonna have to make some adjustments. And this guy is Really, really tricky. And I'm already regretting not bringing up one of my Sideshow figures, Geonosis Battle Droid figures from down below to do a comparison. But I'm sure there's somebody on YouTube, in YouTube land, who has already done such a thing. And I've got the set. I've got the Geonosis Battle Droid set, and I also have the commander, the Battle Droid commander. I don't know that they call him 9 because he's not really 9, is he? Boy, this is really a slick surface. Okay, let's try to do this one as well. Get that one out just a touch. There we go. You can almost hear him now, right? Die, Jedi dogs! What? What did I say? Yeah, it's still not good. It's still not good. So I'm going to drop the arm down, and I'm going to pivot the wielding arm in, and then move the hand to compensate. Because I want to say he's holding it kind of like this, like he's got it in front of his chest. So we're going to try to get it as far over there as we can. And I really haven't done my diligence insofar as figuring out exactly the limitations of, or the points of articulation of this figure. So I'm hoping that I don't mess anything up. Here we go. Terry didn't do homework? No. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. The thumb digit actually overextends. I like that. As long as it doesn't go too loose. That's another problem with the potential problem with these things is that you can I'm always concerned that the joints, the overwork in the joints is going to cause them to get loose. So that explains, I hope explains why typically once I get a figure in a pose that I really, really, really like, that's usually how it stays until I move or there's some other drastic reason for change. Let's see here. Okay, Hot Toys. The Sideshow ones actually had a bit of a tilt, but it's going to rotate that. Bring that around. Bring this back. Oh gosh, it's so precarious. Up. And again, like I was saying on the show yesterday, you've got to be really, really careful with there we go. Bring this leg forward. Even though he didn't actually get into this posture, he was just doing the droid walk while he was blasting away at the Jedi, I think. Oh no, he was in like a little combat, sort of like ducking and jiving and everything. This is a playlist that I created for the disco video, Keith Lee. Yeah, it was, and it was so much fun that I just decided to keep it and occasionally just rotate it into the format. So yeah, it's legitimately like new wave disco sort of a thing, yeah, just like new disco. So here's the pose. I think this has got it. There we go. And since I went through the trouble of putting the batteries in and all, and I'm not going to leave these on because they are the OEM batteries from Hot Toys. There we go. Some tack would probably help out here. And I think I've taken all my tack and added it to, yeah. I moved all my museum putty into the studio. You know, I missed out on them too, but thank you. Thanks to the inestimable Keith Lee. I have one now. He picked one up for me while he was in Pennsylvania last week, or the week, last week? I think it was last week, right? Or the previous week. But yeah, now I have it. I regret, my thought was, I legitimately have 18 Sideshow Battle Droids. In various states of, you know, newness. Some of them are legitimately cut into pieces with holes drilled in them that you can like stab lightsabers through. Yeah, so there's that. All right, so that is part 1 of this pose-off C-3PO versus the Geonosis battle droid. And I'm going to try to do something similar now with this guy. I also had a great idea. I have an opportunity to get a KX Enforcer droid from Book of Boba. And I've been holding off on getting it because I'm like, do I really need it? What could I do with it that's really super cool? And then I've also been checking out up on my display, my Mandalorian display above my TV here. I have them set up in like triptychs, like 3, 3, and 3 up there. And one of the triptychs, the one on the far left, is the Armorer with the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian and a Death Watch Mandalorian. But I've been wanting to take the Armorer and the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian and bring them into the bedroom and placing them with the Mando and Child, the first version, Mando and Child 6-scale figure set. And but I'm like, what do I do then with the with Death Watch Mando? Well, now I know. I can totally recreate an unseen scene from that episode, from the Night of a Thousand Tears. So my plan is to go ahead and pick up that KX Enforcer droid and pose him in a DTOF with his gun down here like this, like he's just cocked back, but then his other hand is going to be holding that Death Watch Mando by the throat. And you hold him up in the air, and the Mando's going to be like, ah, God, kind of like what I did with the Sand Trooper and the Jawas in that one photo that most of you probably don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's move forward with this. I don't have a whole lot of faith in my ability to hit something with this. This is the one that broke me. This is trying to do stuff with this figure is what made me say, no, we're not gonna do this. I'm just gonna talk to Paul. That's not the right head. All that I want. There it is. Little battle droid head. Okay. Off we go. Oh, I did that wrong. 1 second. This is cool the way that they did this, because this actually still comes up. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay. Remarkably loose. Not sure if that's like that across the line or if I just got a faulty one. Too late now. They're sold out. Well, they're on wait list, and I doubt they have a replacement. There we go. Oh, that's cool, Lane. That's awesome. All right, that's fun. Yeah, I totally embrace the whole notion of just sticking with TV shows for collecting, because that's what I'm doing. I'm cherry picking from the OT, and also I'm all in on Attack of the Clones, just because it is sometimes my favorite movie, my favorite Star Wars movie to watch. I just enjoy the hell out of it in general. I love the detective story with Obi-Wan. I love and I especially love everything from the arena scene on. It's in my view, it's like perfect Star Wars. I actually added my Death Watch Mando and Heavy to my Clone Wars battle display. In my mind, it makes sense that some Mandos will be wanting to join the fight. Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to figure out what Heavy would have been doing during the Clone Wars. Was he part of Death Watch? How much do we know about Paz Vizsla? All right, so here we go. This is going to take some time, guys. So this is actually something that I kind of wish I had had the time to do on screen. And it's going to just take minor refinements and experimentation on my part in order to get this gun into something resembling a natural position. And I'm not confident. Again, I'm not at all confident in my ability to do this. Or the figure's ability to handle it, to make it happen. And I don't think, there's no way you're going to be able to get him holding the gun in a battle position. Beskar, I think it was you that said that you had a hard time getting him to hold the gun properly. Were you ever able to get it into a firing position? Because I honestly don't think it can be done. It was never shown that way. I went back and looked and it was never shown that way in the product photos. In fact, in the product photos, when they have him holding the gun across his chest like this, it almost looks like it's cheated a little bit with angles and with Photoshop. So I can't say for certain either way, but I think the best that you can hope for with this, maybe not so cheated. I think the best you can hope for with this is just to get it close in a way that is actually kind of awkward. Long story short, this is not how I'm going to be displaying it in my display. I do intend to actually have full-on 3PO head to toe with my R2. This R2. With the busted out. Yeah. Gotta fix that at some point. Or just request a replacement. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, fudge! Okay. Okay, I think this is as good as it's going to get. And I'm trying to get him to stand more erect. Quiet, Keith. Pipe down, you. Okay. Not a lot of range of motion on any of these joints. There we go. And this damn textured base. I know there are many people who are ready for it to be retired, and I think I count myself among them. That being said, the replacement that we would see would be something like this, and it is almost frictionless. So your figures, if they're out of balance, will tend to like drift a little bit on the base. And there's something to be said for this textured base, in that they do, the elements, the raised elements of it do have a tendency to help the figure maintain its position, even if it's impossible, like in this case, to get the feet to fall flat. So I'm just gonna step back and look at this, make sure I like it. I can see why people bought more than one. And there it is. So cool. So cool. Yeah, I got it, right? I mean, I didn't actually try, even after the show. And again, like I said, there was just too much going on with Paul being on the show yesterday for me to actually do it properly. But I'll correct that in the format so that we can actually have the best of both possible worlds. Who's not actually seen this up close? It's an astonishing paint job on this figure. And I've got kind of it looks a little bit warm here in the light, but it's actually, you know, quite a nice little gray, silver, kind of metallic tone. But it's, I did not notice these bits right here were painted like white, like just some, it's clearly just a patchwork bit of, I don't know what you call it, armor? Coverings, that's what Anakin called them. But it's, I'm happy for this. When I first saw it, I was like, what did Hot Toys do? And I had to go back and look, watch Attack of the Clones, so just like fast forward to the clips with 3PO and study them closely, probably for the first time ever, to realize, wow, this was really a patchwork droid here. Is he? Okay. Just checking to make sure he's not leaning back too far. He kind of maybe is a little... There we go. Yeah. I like this a lot, guys. This is really, really awesome. How long have we been live? You'd think there would be a counter. Anyway. Whatever. So what do you guys think of these? Who got them? Who didn't get them and now regrets it, now that they've looked at these poses and seen how awesome they are? I'm just trying to see to it that Hot Toys, that Sideshow recognizes my value. There we go. Oh, that's so good, right? Did I bring out? I did not bring out a... I meant to bring out a whiteboard just so we could get a better look at them. But yeah, just check this out. There we go. That was not the one I meant to bring up. Literally sweating buckets on my room trying to get that pose. You made it look so easy. For me on things like that, if I don't force my mind into like a Zen state where I'm just making myself focus on one point of articulation at a time, then yeah, I could sweat buckets too. But when I just enter the state of calmness and just focus on one joint at a time and just like study the figure just to get an understanding of exactly how it works and what its eccentricities are, once I've done that, then it becomes very easy for me to just take it a bit at a time and boom, nails it. Ah, you cheater. 3 battle droids? I know, that's not cheating. Especially the guy who just admitted to having like 18. God, I really wish that I'd brought up a Sideshow one just so you guys could see the differences. Because now that I have it in hand, I feel like the tone is considerably... The color palette of this battle droid is considerably muted over the Sideshow version. I want to say there was some kind of a weird discussion that took place between Sideshow and Lucasfilm to finally decide on the final tone. And I don't know if they were going for screen accurate or prop accurate. Either way, it looks a little bit different than this. I don't think it's so different that you can't mix the two up in a collection. I think that it all works. And by the way, there's not a whole lot of difference in articulation and range of motion on the Hot Toys one versus the Sideshow one. They're very, very similar based on my memory. I haven't had one in my hands for a while. Should I go get one? Dob Bear is here, man. I haven't heard from you in a while. What's up, man? Yeah. That happened to me. And, you know, I picked up my Chrome Mando and the Swoop bike. And, like, the next week, they all went on, like, what, 30% off? 25% off? Well, the bike did. I'm not sure if Chrome Mando did. But anyway. Yeah. Well, this is the game that you play. Can I do a portrait of 3PO and 18 slain battle droids around him? No, and I'll tell you why. Because with this one, I only have 17 battle droids. That being said, should I do... Did I say... Oh, wait, I do have 18. Now I have 19. That's right. Okay. I don't know how many I have. I'll have to do a recount, but I know it's in the upper teens somewhere. So what you're asking is, should I do 3PO with the battle droid body? Or just 3PO head to toe? Because that would actually be kind of fun. I could very much do a Frank Frazetta-esque sort of thing with 3PO standing atop a pile of dead battle droids. Kind of like what I did with General Grievous and the clones in the early days at Sideshow. Should I take a break and go downstairs and grab a Sideshow figure? I should be able to spot one pretty quickly. Why not? Be right back, everyone. Just enjoy the music. Okay. I don't think that there are any Geonosis battle droids in this. Look at this. This is a shoebox just full of battle droids. Okay, so let's slide this guy over. And slide this guy over as well. And I'll just pull out one of these. See what I've got available. Wow, there's a lot. This is a die-cast Geonosis head, so this could help us fully see the differences in tones between the Geonosis droid from Hot Toys and the Geonosis droids from Sideshow. And actually, they're quite a bit different. Look at that. See how dark that is? Now I can't recall if this paint job accurately reflects what Sideshow's paint job is on their actual battle droids. So I would have to actually locate one of those, and I don't know where they are downstairs. Oh, I do actually. I do know where they are now. I put them in with the clone troopers. I've got a big wardrobe box from U-Haul just full of clone troopers. But here's a security battle droid from Sideshow. Let's just go ahead and open him up. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of difference. Okay. All right. And I've got guns in there too, but I'm not going to drag them out. This is just for comparison. I'm not going to go the full length and pose this guy. And I don't even think I have a backpack for this guy. There's so much stuff at the bottom of that crate. It's like Christmas. Okay, so for comparison purposes, let's go ahead and slide 3PO over. Wow. Remarkably similar in height, but there's quite a few differences in the sculpts. Like even the feet are different. The feet on the Hot Toys version are taller. The connection, there's quite a big difference in the joint there, and there's also quite a bit of a difference in the sculpt. There's like a hollowed out area back here in the Sideshow version that is completely filled in the Hot Toys version. And yeah, there's I can look at this right now and promise you completely that Hot Toys did not simply pirate the Sideshow version. These are all new sculpts across the board. It's very, very clear. There are similarities between some armored bits, but every piece is different, but not so remarkably different that it would stand out on a display. You'd have to eagle eye it like I'm doing right now. Backpack on the Sideshow version is noticeably larger than the one on the Hot Toys version. That's no bueno. I can probably fix that. But let's go ahead and look at the chest. Oh yeah, yeah. Absolutely different. But again, if you wanted to display Sideshow and Hot Toy figures on a shelf together, you definitely could. Sideshow, this is like one of Sideshow's finest achievements in 6-scale as far as I'm concerned. Their battle droids were so much fun. I legitimately had them like a barrel of monkeys on like a chain of monkeys kind of a thing. What do you call that? Was that like a barrel of monkeys kind of a thing where you just like hook them up? I had them all like hanging from the top shelf in like 8 of them, 10 of them or something like that, just hanging onto each other in like a long rope coming from the top shelf of a bookcase that I had. So yeah, fun stuff, man, all the way around. And let's just go ahead and drop this down. I want to say the Sideshow ones would drop down in there, but I'm not gonna press my luck. This is my only security battle droid, and I want to keep it in one piece. What else is in here? Broken support. Whole lot of guns. Somewhat. Man, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 battle droids in this one crate, in this one box. Yeah, wow, that's a lot of battle droids. And that's not even including the broken ones, the ones that I cut up. Looks like there's some Commander Cody parts in there. Darth Vader lightsaber, Stormtrooper blaster. Man, I just... Oh, it's like a pouch from a sand trooper. It's fun just to like go down in your basement and find stuff, right? This looks like ARC Trooper Echo or 5's hands. Huh. The fists for the Falcon. Man, this is just a hodgepodge of goodies in here, man. I'm digging around hoping that I can find Plo Koon's lightsaber, which is missing from my Reaper figure. It's a Grievous lightsaber. Yeah, good stuff. Oh god, there's more. I didn't count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 battle droids in this case. Wow. Plus I have 2 of the, I've got 2 of the 2-packs of the infantry battle droids. So that's 12. Then I have a 2-pack of the Geonosis battle droids. That's 14. Then 15 and 16 would be the 2 commanders. 9 and the Geonosis commander. And then I have 3 broken ones. 19. 20. Oh. Let's turn this off. All right, guys. Well, I actually have to wrap up a video that I was working on yesterday for Sideshow. And I don't want to drag this out any longer than we have to. I promised in the preview that this would be kind of painless. I'm going to go through the comments really quick and see if there's any questions that I can answer. How far up did we go? Okay, that's the last place I remember being. There we go. 600 Smacker Spore. Yeah, I've dropped probably $2,000 this month. Regrettable, given the change in my circumstances, but oh well. And yes, I'm still working for Sideshow. It's just in a different capacity. I hope that was close enough. Yeah, dude, they really do. I'm so glad that. Thank you, Keith, for finding this for me. I'm really thrilled to have it in the collection, especially just. Even if I don't keep the battle droid head on 3PO here, I do intend to keep the 3PO head on the battle droid. I've got enough Sideshow Geonosis battle droids, but this is how it's going to be displayed. I love that gag. I really do. I'm sure that it wasn't popular in some circles, but when have I ever cared about people who want to focus on things that they don't like? Yeah, it's just not worth it. They're not worth it. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, that's going to be me. I might have to get a second gig. Weekends will, yeah. I may not be able to join you guys on, like, Paul's live streams anymore. Yeah, dude, it's great. Overall, it's great. The cape can be challenging, but as long as you're patient and diligent and work with it, then you'll get a desirable look to it. It took me a while to play with it. I can't remember if we ever finished if we ever did the How to Be a Poser video on it. But, yeah, we did. That's why I know. That it is a bit challenging, but it's fun. It's very much a fun figure. I like it a lot. It's not currently on display right now. It's in the basement, mostly because I don't really have... I've got the Bespin Leia, but I'm going to sell it. Yeah, I'm going to sell a lot of stuff to help fund this car and get myself out of some debt. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I'll take that. I'll take that hate. They really do. They really do. It's fun. I would like to pose them like this, but then I also want to get R2 in there. And by the way, that reminds me that if I'm going to do R2, I need to swap these bits out. I need to find his box down in the basement and swap those bits back out. Hot Toys version has die-cast pieces, right? You mean of the 3PO? Yes. Of the battle droid? No. No, it's all plastic on the battle droid. But 3PO has so many die-cast pieces. It weighs a lot. It is a brick of a figure. Yeah, I've got like a dozen bits boxes downstairs, and I don't know, one of these days when I just get good and bored, I'll probably just go through them all. We'll talk. If it helps me not to have to go through the turmoil of eBay, then I'm all for it. Typically, I can't sell figures that I get, but that one was acquired in a set of circumstances that enables me to do so. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go and let myself get back to work. It's been, yeah, stream ran about an hour. That's pretty solid. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for being patient with me and understanding that I actually didn't hit those poses. I updated the thumbnail and the description of the video that we did yesterday. Me and Paul did yesterday, to reflect the fact that I failed to hit these poses yesterday. And I'm just glad that I, gave myself the opportunity to do so. And it's entirely possible that I might start doing that. I might actually. What do you guys think? What is better? What is best in life? What is better, to do a regular Saturday Morning Toytoons where I do the posing part in the first hour, and then the second hour is like a conversation with somebody, a special guest, a live date, or whatever you want to call it? Or should I do the interviews, quote unquote, completely separate from Saturday Morning Toytoons? That actually might be more. That actually might make more sense. Because a lot of these interviews that I'm going to be conducting with people, like with JP, probably we won't talk about toys that much. We'll talk more about art. I don't know. I've got a lot to think about. But if anybody's got thoughts on a conversation that we have later on down the line, let me know. That 500,000 Scoville unit hot sauce is really making its presence known in my sternum. Yeah. All right, dudes. Pierre P's here too. Wow, what's up? You guys have a good weekend, what's left of it, and have a very cool week next week. Be safe. Watch out for crazy 23-year-old women driving erratically, and when you're driving around. And above all, be good to your plastic. See you next week.